Welcome to Sib Spot. Today's Reddit stories are about PettyRevenge. Our first story today is by I Am Groot 6. This one claims it's not safe for work, but that's just because there's some swear words in it that I cut out and change anyway, so don't worry about it. Hold up the line 'cause you're a rude, indecisive gambler? Okay, sir. This happened about an hour ago. A little backstory. Today marks about a week since I left my last job, and I have plenty of time to kill before I start my new job. I'm taking this time as a vacation. After all, I have worked hard and all of my bills are paid up to 3 months. So today, I went to get coffee, cigarettes, and gas from down the road. I get to this gas station and there's this middle-aged gentleman buying some lottery. He is taking his time buying scratch tickets and draw games, and I mean really taking his time. No problem, I think. I have nowhere to be and nothing to do. I have the time. The first 3 minutes go by and he's got several different draw games that he's fumbling into his little plastic lottery pouch. Okay, I think. My turn. Nope, this guy starts scratching the scratch tickets he bought at the counter. The cashier doesn't look happy and tells the guy not to scratch them at the counter, and the indecisive lottery guy just waves him off, saying something about, "I'll just be a minute." The cashier tells him there's a line. The gambler looks back at me, the only other person in line, and says, "He'll be fine." This is about 5 minutes in line now. I think to myself that this guy is rude and I could leave and go to another gas station and get home faster, but it's fine. I have the time. I'll be fine. The guy finishes scratching his tickets and starts looking them over. I don't think he's got any winning tickets. He tries making small talk to the cashier about a big one or something while digging into his pocket for his wallet. He pulls out a $20 bill and asks the cashier for the current numbers on the $20 lottery books, clearly thinking the ticket number meant something. Rude and superstitious, I think. Lottery guy goes back and forth between two ticket books. Give me the ticket number with 143. No, wait. The one with 78. No, wait. 143. No. Wait. Give me 78. 78's the one. He pays and begins scratching the ticket at the counter again. It's been about 8 minutes in line now. The cashier is dead inside. I'm a bit fed up. This gambler is just inconsiderate. The gambler finishes scratching, sees that he lost, mumbles something about the next one, and walks over to the ATM. My turn. Cue PettyRevenge. I walk up to the counter and say loudly, "Can I get cigarettes, gas on pump 3, and that $20 ticket number 143, please?" The lottery guy hears this and shoots me an absolute side eye. It doesn't help my case that the ATM is not in direct eye line of the counter, and I had to turn my body to watch him side eye me. I was being petty. I had to witness my damage. So I pay the bill, turn around and walk 3 feet to the lottery checker, scratch, then scan the redemption code, and boop, winning ticket, please see retailer, flashes on the screen. I turn around, walk 3 feet back to the cashier as the lottery guy finishes at the ATM. So I'm now first in line with the lottery guy behind me. Cashier scans the redemption code and the machine does its trumpet chime as the screen flashes $100, winning ticket. I tell the cashier I'll take the cash. The lottery guy is all mad at the whole thing, and as I walk toward the door, I got the best petty revenge of my life. Lottery guy, "Hey, bud, that was my effing ticket. I was just at the ATM. I was coming back to buy that, bud." Me, "Well, I bought it, so that means you didn't buy it, which means that it's mine since I bought it." Lottery guy, "That's not right, bud. That was my ticket. That's not the correct thing to do, dude. I got a wife and baby on the way. I can give you the $20 for the money you spent on my ticket, but I need that $100. That was my effing ticket, dude." Me, "Oh, I didn't know. So you got a pregnant wife and you need this $100? Lottery guy, "Yes." Me, half out the door, "You'll be fine." And then I go out to pump my gas and then leave. I'm a little surprised the guy didn't chase after me or try to fight me. Funny thing is, I normally don't play the scratch lottery tickets anymore, so if he were polite in line, I wouldn't have purchased the winning ticket number 143. Yet another kind of person that is inconsiderate and drives me crazy. If there's anybody behind me in line, I'm moving as quickly as I can to get service and move out of their way. I always feel bad if I'm holding people up. This guy doesn't feel bad at all. And I honestly think that the cashier probably should have just asked for the guy's stuff, said, okay, next, and forget about the guy at the counter. Say, you're not being serviced anymore. This person is due. That would have been the best thing for the cashier to do. Like, just reach over him and hand your stuff to them. It's their fault they're in the way. But there are definitely two kinds of people in the world. People who are considerate and constantly think of others, and people who don't. One of the top comments down below is from, "Ah, geez, what now? If you've got a wife and kid, why the F are you wasting your money on lottery tickets?" You should be taking that $20 and spending it on things that his wife and kids need instead. It's not hoping to get rich quick. Our next story is by Sib 2001. All right, if my groceries go on the belt, then they go on the belt. I am a big Costco fan. So much of the stuff in my house is from Costco that my family doesn't even bother asking. My membership is old enough to get its driver's license now. Being that I've been doing this for years, I have a couple tricks to get through faster, such as not going when old people are usually there, and especially not when they are giving away free snacks and old people are there. Another trick is at the checkout, I have all this stuff in my cart with the barcodes easily scannable. If I don't have too much stuff, the employee doesn't even have to grab anything but their scan gun, which is nice because Costco stuff is big and heavy. Well, one day I'm in the line to check out and I can see the cashier's not having a good day. But whatever, I'm not a difficult customer to work with. Should be fine. As I get up, she suddenly tells me all my stuff needs to be out of the cart and on the belt. Conversation went fairly quick. All items on the belt, please. Hey, my stuff is ready to scan and I don't need it boxed up. I'm set to go. Sir, all stuff belongs on the belt. Thanks. Just scan it, please. Thanks. On the belt now, please. Thanks. At that point, even the guy helping her scan can see she's being rude and goes to step in. I ignore him and respond to her. Hey, I have a back injury from my time in the military. Please assist me in putting my items on the belt. She stares at me, angry for a moment. Finally, she grabs her gun and starts scanning. I thought you said things had to go on the belt, ma'am. What's going on? She finished scanning the items and checked me out without another word. The guy helping apologized and offered to load my car. I thanked him for being polite and professional and left. This was years ago, and I've never been asked to do it again. Usually the employee thanks me for setting it up so that they don't have to lift any Costco-sized packages. Prior to being in Canada, I really hadn't gone to Costco a whole lot. There's other wholesale places that sold some bulk items. Costco is literally on a whole nother level. It's unreal the things they sell in there. If you guys have ever seen the movie Idiocracy where they go into a Costco, that's how it's going to be in the future. There's just going to be this one giant Costco that goes on for several miles and you can get lost in there. I actually don't like going to Costco. Something about the sizes of building really bugs me. And I just feel like, you know how some people have claustrophobia? I almost feel like when I'm in a building that big, I get some of the reverse claustrophobia. I feel uneasy and I need to get out. So there's so many people in there too, just coming and going and everybody in line. It's a mess to me. I mean, you can get great deals there. It's an amazing place, but I hate it there. I hate Costco. I can't be in that building. Our next story is by Nefarious Aloe. Charged them the same family rate they charged me. My child's daycare had a death in the family. It's a small family-owned place, so this affected all the employees. They sent an email out at 3 a.m. I couldn't miss work as I had a very important day, so I scrambled to find a sitter just for the day. My stepbrother's girlfriend was basically the only person I know that doesn't work, so I called her. She says Sure, but I can only watch him for 6 hours, and I'll give you my family rate, so it will only be $200. I asked if she was serious. She assured me she was, and that this was her livelihood, and she takes it very seriously. That she was already offering me a family discount. Please note that it was not her livelihood. My stepbrother has a great job and has always paid for everything. He has tried to get her to do anything to earn money, but she refuses to work and believes he should support her fully, including daily Starbucks, hair, nail, designer stuff, etc. Please also note that I had done a lot for this girl just to help her out. The list is long. I agreed only because I would have lost my job had I not gone to work that day. I paid her $200, which she demanded upfront to get to work for the little over 4 hours after factoring commute. Fast forward a couple of years, they have separated. They have a kid and she's living for free in his dad's extra house and driving my dad's extra car for free. The ex pays all the bills and necessities. She finally breaks down and gets a job because he stopped paying for her hair, nails, etc. She has a day where her childcare falls through and sends out the same request I did. Can anyone watch my kid? I have to go to work or I'll get fired. I told her I could absolutely do it, then charged her the same bogus price she charged me. I told her it was the family rate. She cussed me out. Edit. Why would either of us get fired has been asked a ton. Here's why. I was scheduled to teach a seminar for about 400 people. This was extremely expensive to the company once you factor in all the logistics of closing operations for a day, etc. If I would have last minute canceled, it would have cost them the same twice. Under normal circumstances, I can miss work for an emergency, but not during something like that. I'm a salary employee, so I usually work about 60 hours a week. Taking off after lunch or something isn't a big deal. It was just the magnitude of the event. She worked a job that anyone was qualified for and was on the chopping block for missing work all the time. Also, it was not her livelihood. At some point before she got with my stepbrother, she was babysitting for a family for a couple of weeks, but they fired her for being unreliable. She recognized the position I was in and threw out a number because she knew I had no choice but to pay it. Also note, she cussed me out when I tried to charge her the exact thing she charged me, so no, I wasn't just being cheap. I mean, fair's fair, right? $200? That's the family rate. I'll charge you $200. That's the family rate. I don't know if she actually agreed to do this. She didn't address that at all. She cussed her out. That's where it ends. So maybe she did have her watch her kids anyway and paid her the $200 back. So it's pretty much like they just watched each other's kids for free. 200 here, 200 there. It evens out. Our next story is by Scanus Cepelini. We can't have coffee? You can't have coffee. In my last place of work, when I was looking to hire someone from my department, I would offer cold drinks and the coffee at the interview in order to make them feel welcome. We could take the cold drinks out of the storage, but we had to order coffee from the kitchen, and someone from the kitchen team would bring it out. One day, they called me back and said they couldn't bring me coffee since the CEO had decided coffee would only be provided for whole-day events. Grrr, that cheapskate. Since then, I provided my own coffee for interviewees because, to me, the welcoming impression was more important than the, 30 cents a cup of coffee costs. But I plotted my little revenge since I had been asked to do a workshop for the other department heads and the CEO also wanted to participate. He, for some reason, loved workshops. Well, why not? So the day of the workshop came, I prepared the room, the participants trickled in and got settled, including the CEO. I greeted the group and laid out the plan for the next few hours, asked if there was any questions. The CEO asked, "Can we maybe call the kitchen and ask where the coffee is? They seem to be running late." I made a point of taking a sip from my travel mug and then answered that there would be no coffee because this was a half-day workshop and our new rules said that coffee would only be provided for whole-day events. I still cherish the surly look he gave me in response. He did not say anything and instead opened a bottle of water. Edit to address some of the recurrent comments. 1. I'm female, so please imagine the "coffee is for closers" guy with long hair, a smaller nose, and more chest. 2. No, I didn't get fired. Who the heck gets fired for such a thing? Even if you live in a place without workers' rights? 3. For the questions about how this affected my relationship with the CEO down the line, we didn't get along anyway after an incident where he tried to blank me over financially. This was not a problem though, since I had a boss that was between me and him in hierarchy, and if I ever needed anything, I just told her and she made it happen. I didn't really have to deal with him. Alright guys, today's episode has come to a close. If you enjoy this content, please give a like or subscribe. It helps immensely in the YouTube algorithm and helps my channel grow and reach more people. Until we meet again, have an out of this world day.